trying to reframe how the world looks at Oakland, and I'm asking you to do the same thing. I have to quickly finish my list, and then I'm going to get right into that. Our website will be up today. I promised to put my schedule up in a bow to the police department because they're worried about my security, especially in light of what's happening in Arizona. It will be posted after the week, but you'll be able to see all the meetings I had last week. You'll see that they didn't schedule me for lunch, so I was very grateful to have a scheduled lunch today. We are going to try to keep that up, and so that will be up. We started the most important initiative, the Block by Block initiative. And I want to say I was very, and I know, John, I'm going over my time, so let me finish this story. I was very grateful to hear about your project. I know that you'd been doing this for third graders. I'm one of those kids, and I'm sort of embarrassed because, you've been around for 20 years, nobody cared about your history, and suddenly everybody cares about my history. And you know that I grew up in, even though my family has been here for over 100 years, I was the first person in my family to be born here in the United States because of the Chinese Exclusion Act. And that my father died when I was very young, and my mother, who had only been in the country for a few years, had been literally grown up in the farm in China, was suddenly in America, working very hard to keep my father's, and I understand somebody from Livermore's here, it was the Yin Yin on Main Street, to keep my father's restaurant going, and worked 18 hours a day. She was illiterate because they didn't send girls to school in China. She never had time to learn English, and we didn't have any books in my home. When my father died, the newspapers stopped coming. I was grateful for the advertiser because I'd actually sort of learned by reading newspapers in the restaurant, reading the headlines. First thing I think I ever read was "I Like Ike" or something like that, right? When he won the presidency. Clearly, books in this community are so critical. And as a former school board member, you know that the state of California plans its prisons by how many kids read at grade level by third grade. You may remember former Mayor Harris's campaign with Superintendent Quan to try to get every child to read by third grade, and that we did a massive volunteer project to get people into the schools to help particularly those kids who don't have families who are literate, and there are many immigrants in this town, or whose parents, the schools had failed. And it is so critical. So I'm very moved by your project to give books to third graders, because I am amazingly loyal to libraries, because I wouldn't have had English books in my home to read if it weren't for the public libraries. I would walk to the library and always, I don't understand why weren't smart enough to have book bags at that time. Now, if you go to the library and you want all these books, they'll give you a bag. But I remember trying to carry 3 or 4 books home, being very little every week or so. And it is an amazing gift to give kids their own books so they can treasure them and to have their good beginning. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to answer questions, but that's sort of been what my week's like. Oh, I have to tell you, we have to brag a little bit. Next week I'm going to Washington. I'm going for the Emerald Cities meeting. It is a national foundation effort to bring green jobs to 10 American cities. Oakland is one of them. Then I'll be at the Conference of Mayors, and on Wednesday night, I will be having dinner with the President of the United States and the President of China. We're trying to be very media friendly, and in fact, I would suggest that after this meeting, you can either join my Facebook page or tweet this event. We're shameless promoters. We want to get Oakland and what we're doing in the city really going. So, at the inaugural, I asked everyone to do 5 things, very simple things. First of all, I want you to take a fresh look at Oakland, just as I'm asking the media. We all get discouraged, we get angry at government, there's this issue of civility, and sometimes it's just human nature. I'm a Chinese parent, and I know one of the big things about parenting is we always tell our kids what's wrong and how they can be better, and we sometimes forget about what's right. And so clearly Rotary is a thing that's right in this city, but there are a lot of great things in the city. So I ask this at every meeting. How many of you have been to the Art Murmur? First Friday, okay. We're going to try to open up City Hall first Friday next month. We're rushing to open it up, and we're hoping to open our doors to African American artists in City Hall. So if you know of some, we're going to be organizing that. First night Friday Murmur is an amazing event. Thousands of people on the streets of Oakland, downtown. The amazing new galleries in about the 20s along Telegraph are open, and when the weather's warmer, it stretches farther and farther. It is a little bit, for those who lived in Hong Kong, it's a little bit the night market. They have the greatest Oaxacan tamales and grilled cheese sandwich. Is like a little food market on 23rd. It's this amazing opportunity. You see all these fresh new artists. So you not truly an Oaklander if you have not come down, and while you're there, you're going to walk by some of the best Zagat rated restaurants in the East Bay. So think about that. Take a fresh look at the city. Secondly, you already do it, so you probably more than meet the qualification. Volunteer for Oakland. I'm asking everybody to consider doing something an hour a week, and that could be joining in the group of ladies that clean up the Diamond District, or starting a group like that about 3 times a week, volunteering at your library, adopting your park, organizing your core, your emergency response group. That she'd be very happy that you'll do that and you meet her card requirements. Be part of Neighborhood Alert. There are so many things to do in Oakland, and there are so many needs. We're not going to be out of this recession quickly. We need to help each other and help us all get through together without losing our parks and our great treasures in the city. So everybody needs a little help, and I say that as the chair of the Chabot Space and Science Center. Our great institutions are doing sort of okay, but with the recession, a lot of them have been hit with 20–25% reductions in income, and we really got to make sure all of our treasures make it through the recession. Thirdly, discover Oakland. I talked about the art murmur, but when's the last time you've been to the Fruitvale? I walked the Fruitvale recently because I've been talking to merchants, and there are now, like, I've counted 15 regional cuisines, way beyond tacos and burritos. Amazing change. Or even if you've ever walked all of Chinatown and look at all the different regional restaurants, something a Ranch 99 can't give you. It is a definitely different sense and texture. It's like being in Hong Kong again for me. Fourthly, I'm asking you to shop Oakland, but this is what we're calling the 25% solution. No city can retain all of its shopping. About $5 billion to $6 billion, depending on how wealthy we are that year, goes outside of the city, and we're going to buy stuff online. I couldn't find a red suit inside. I had to wear a red suit. That's a Chinese thing for inaugural. I eventually ended up buying one in San Francisco. So we're going to all go to maybe Union Square occasionally. But if we can each increase our shopping about 25%, check out a new neighborhood area. Go to Oakland Grown and look for something before you leave town for it. If you'd all just do that, that would be worth about $10 to $12 million to the city of Oakland. And what does that mean? That's double the budget of the Park and Rec department. Or for others, that would be 60 average paid officers. I could probably get 65, 68 of brand new officers out of that. But it is a significant chunk of change. And recruiting new retail to Oakland is one of my priorities, and I think you're going to see a lot of retail even over the next first 2 years. And lastly, I ask you just to dream a little bit. Dream about how we can do things differently. The theme of my administration or my campaign is that Oakland is a city of dreams. My great-grandfather came here with just a shirt on his back, took refuge in the neighborhood in Chinatown, just very close to here, in the Family Association. And 104 years later, the family moved to City Hall. So this is... This is an amazing city. I remember Barack Obama saying that his was a particularly American story. I think mine's a particularly Oakland story. It is a city of dreams. Many of us are children of immigrants who came here with very little, who have done very, very well. And we want to keep it that way. We want it to be a city of dreams for the next generation of young people. And I'm going to leave it at that.